But through practice, you'll find that this second key is so important that it's the foundation for your success. And that is listen to one mantra. Listen to one mantra. That's all. All you have to do is chant one mantra. That's all. The mind has a tendency to move fast. It's thinking 16 rounds. It's already chanting 16 rounds while it's chanting wherever it is. It likes to go forward. When you're on the Hares, it's on the Ramas. It's on, when you're on the Krishnas, it's on the Ramas. We generally chant too fast and we don't hear. Speed comes by what we say absorption. Absorption comes by concentration. Concentration comes by slowing down. So if you can hear just one mantra, that is enough to purify your heart. Or one name, actually. Not even speak of one mantra. So slow down. Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare. This will be a very important guiding principle in your japa. I find that when I do my japa in the morning, I start off like that. Hare Krishna, Krishna, till my mind actually catches the sound. And then when the mind catches the sound, then it starts to become absorbed in that sound. And then concentration starts to go deeper and deeper like that. But japa is not a race. Japa is not it's not, the idea of getting your rounds done is one of the most detrimental thoughts in destroying the quality of our japa. When you start thinking, I have to finish my rounds. Then what does it mean? That means all you're concerned about is finishing your rounds. It's not about finishing your rounds. You can imagine Krishna. Krishna's on the other side. He's thinking, this person wants to get rid of me by finishing. He doesn't really want to do this, but he does it. So it's not about meeting me, it's about getting his vow done. So I'll be back. I'll see you later. Krishna he's gone. The idea is to try to come in contact with Krishna through the sound of his name. So this one mantra, just like when we just did that chanting, just if you can remember, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Ram, Ram Ram, Hare. Now just think, when we just did that, what part of the mantra did you focus on? Where did you start from the first Hare, or did you catch the sound when we were still on the Ramas? The mind is like, where is it? It's not really connected to the sound. To hear is not just like the sound is just somewhere out there. Hearing means really focusing on that sound. So therefore, this one mantra meditation program is very, very important, because when you find yourself chanting and you're not listening, then go back to this key and carefully chant one mantra. In other words, slow down. You'll see yourself sometimes when your mind will go off, and all of a sudden you'll just realize, I'm not listening. And for whatever reason, then you just stop and again slow down. If it takes you longer than you plan to chant your rounds, then that is okay, because the goal is not to finish, but to purify our heart. And therefore, it is japa meditation. It's not like japa, or what's it called, racetrack. If you're chanting nicely, the rounds should be anywhere between 7 and 8 minutes, even 6.5, like that. You can time yourself. But watch your mind. Now, the second one, this helps to keep the mind focused. But you'll still see, even when you slow down and try to do this thing, the mind will say, what's going on? What's going on? It doesn't want to do it. The mind doesn't like to behave. It's very much restless, just like I'm speaking to now, and some of you are not listening. But that's all right. I speak anyway. Because that's what I'm supposed to do. But I can tell when everyone's concentrated, because the energy comes. When the energy doesn't come, I can see it's going this way and that way, because the thought process. You can pick up on people's energies just by. That's why I can see each one of you completely right now. I know if you're listening or not. And Krishna knows if you're listening. But you don't have to listen to me. It's not in. But since you're here, why not? Might as well. The point is that this is what we do with our japa too. That's the point I was trying to make. We're chanting the holy names, but we're not focused. Because the mind doesn't want to be controlled. It doesn't. As soon as you try to control the mind, it becomes more restless than it was when you didn't try to control it. That's the nature of the mind. The mind is very restless. So this one mantra program helps to keep the mind from going all over the place. Now when you start to hear, the mind will say, oh, you're doing good. And then after a few seconds, you're not doing good. Because the mind will start to analyze what's going on. It likes to do that also. So the third thing is, well, that's not the third one. The third one is, which is very similar. Let's see, the third key. The second key is listen to one mantra. You got that one. Okay, the third one is state your determination. What are you doing when you're chanting? What are you trying to do? Have a what is called your sankalpa, your goal in mind. What am I doing? Am I just trying to fulfill a vow? Or your determination? What is your determination? What do you want to achieve by your chanting? And keep that focus, because that determined goal will be used when the mind goes off. Are you just simply chanting so you can get good ideas on how to do your work? Like that. What is your why are you chanting? State your determination for chanting. I think Borijan expresses that. I'll read a little bit from that section so you get a clear understanding of what he's saying. State your determination. Giving the mind a simplified task only works in conjunction with the third key, determination. To direct the mind, we need to form a statement of fixed determinative purpose. The mind will always tell us we have something more important to do than chant Hare Krishna. We have to be determined enough to disregard the mind and to focus on the mantra. In my chanting, I have seen that unless I form a goal, a sankalpa, I generally will not have the ability to listen carefully to one mantras, understand the task, and be determined to execute. All I have to do is to listen to one Hare Krishna Mahamantra, nothing more and nothing less. So you get the point? Don't be into the next mantra, be in that mantra. This mantra is the only one you're in. There's no path. Don't lament about, oh, how many times you didn't hear. Oh, I just blew it. And don't think in terms of the future, well, will it get better? Just focus on that sound like that. If you have to slow down, do that. But keep that connection with the sound. That's the important thing. The sankalpa can be stated quickly and subtly. It can touch our thinking as lightly as a gentle breeze, and there's no need to pause between mantras to affirm it. We simply have to remember why we are sitting with the bead bag in hand. You get the point? Yeah, it's not just a ritual. We have to understand why we're doing it. Chanting japa is not an invitation to the mind to wander wherever it chooses. It's the time to enter our personal relationship with Krishna. This is the most important thing. It's a time to enter into our personal relationship with Krishna. Everything we aspire for is available in the Hare Krishna Maha Mantra. But to fulfill those aspirations, we must give the mantra our full attention. When we have gathered the necessary determination, we should then focus the mind on the simple task of listening to one mantra. Okay, back to that. We shouldn't worry about the mantra that will follow the one we're chanting now, and certainly we shouldn't worry about the one that we have preceded.